Hi everyone. When going on an adventure, there is always some kind of preparation. It might be as simple as grabbing a bag and food and water, or it could be a lot more intense. This video, and the series of videos that follow it, document the much needed Jeep maintenance before going down to the Great Smoky Mountains. I didn't know about it at the time, but it was in for a penny, in for a pound. So today I'm doing a couple projects on my Jeep. For one, I am going and cleaning up this. I'm going to sand out or grind out some of the rust spots on my expedition rack that I had on my Jeep. Well, I took it off for a couple different reasons. One, it tends to rust out a little bit, and so I usually take it off and repaint it. But two, the bolts were extremely rusted out and very weak, and so it actually caused vibrations and the whole rack would shake as I was driving down the road. So these are the bolts that have been on my expedition rack, and you can see they're pretty well rusted. In fact, when I tried to take this one off, it snapped in half and was twisting. So the brackets are still good. I'm probably going to try and clean them off a little bit. I get some new bolts, nuts, and washers I'm going to be putting on it, and that way I can get my rack back on. So ultimately this should be a lot easier than the last time I tried doing this, because the last time all I had was a sander, an electric sander, and it wasn't even a good one. Today I've got an angle grinder, so this should make some pretty quick work of going and getting that rusted spots off, and I'm just going to strip it all off and get it ready so that I can be able to repaint it. I'm also going to be working on another project. I'm just going to start it today. I don't think I'm going to finish it today. But I have my tailgate here, and I actually am going to rearrange some things. I have my high lift jack here, my farmer's jack, which I'm going to actually move to another location. But I actually want to put a gas can right here. Alright, so I have a metal gas can, as you can see here, and I'm looking for a way to mount it right up here. Well, that's easier said than done, so what I'm actually going to be doing is building a structure or frame right off my tire rack. So basically probably we'll have a couple pieces of metal coming out here and one up on the tire point that can anchor in, and I will be able to mount the whole thing just like so on the tire rack. To do this though, I'm looking at using a welder. I have no welding experience whatsoever, so I essentially got the equivalent of my first welding kit. So this is something that I found completely useless, and I'm just going to remove it because I've never used it. And this is a license plate carrier that you're supposed to use. I used actually the built-in one and just take off the license plate to install it. It's really not that bad. So I'm actually just going to cut this off, and then I'm going to grind it smooth. For that, I'm actually going to use my Dremel instead of the angle grinder. Alright, so now that I got that cut off, just going to grind it down a little bit. It should be good. So I'm not quite sure why, but it almost always seems to be a rainy day when I'm working on these type of projects. basically the first structural support right there. And looks like my angles are good. Soon after, I started my roof rack restoration project and my gas can carrier project. I realized that my Jeep wasn't starting. In the previous couple weeks, I had problems with it starting. I thought it was just the battery because I had to charge it once and I jump started another time. So I felt very confident it's just a battery and a simple fix. I mean, that's generally the first place to go if you have any sort of charge problem, right? Alright, so recently I've been trying to fix up my Jeep, and well, the other day it actually stopped starting, which is not a good sign. Every time it started, it was giving a choking sound and just would not crank over. So I've basically been troubleshooting it. I'm pretty sure it's just the battery. So I got a new battery, and that's what I'm installing right now, and I'll see if there's anything more serious going on with my Jeep. Alright, well hopefully that's all it is, because last time it would just kind of go never go beyond that, and I'm pretty sure it's the battery because I did took a battery charger and charged up my battery, and it got fully charged, and I measured the voltage at that point. It was 12.6 volts. As soon as I turned the key, it dropped down to 11.2, and within the next day that battery is completely discharged. So it couldn't function even on the most basic level. Right now, at this point, I'm going to turn it over, see if it starts up. If it starts up, I'm back in business. Alright, well, looks like it's more than just a battery.